Derek with Eliminex in Hillsborough, New Jersey. There's something called Carpenter bees. Carpenter bees, they nest in the rake board area, up in the eaves. They call them eaves or rake boards. They go up under that 1x6 wood trim that overlaps the siding, so the roofing shingles and roofing can extend just a little bit, an inch or two. Some rake boards go 6, even a foot out, some construction, and that creates proper ventilation for the attic space, natural ventilation. So, but because of that inch or two gap, carpenter bees and yellow jackets go up in that space and nest in the wood. They drill holes in the wood, and they just never go away. There's a persistent, consistent thing. So something that I came up with 5 years ago called Carpenter bee exclusion, and actually that came across something that I was doing when I was doing small brown and big brown bat exclusion, where I'm not using foam. Some people make a mistake and they use a foam, expandable foam, to fill up this area. But what happens is that the carpenter bees will drill holes in the foam, and then it's impossible to eliminate them because they make channels in the foam, and you're kind of screwed. You have to take the foam out and redo it. What I do, I use a friction fit, no adhesives, no glues. It's these little carbon fiber strips that I put in there. This is something I invented. I invented this technique. Nobody in New Jersey does this kind of service. This is something that we do for bat exclusion, but the wildlife companies that do bat and squirrel exclusion use a foam. They use the Purgus black foam. But you can't use any kind of foam whatsoever for bees, because bees will just drill into the foam and then go deep inside where you can't get chemical, you can't spray. And that's the biggest mistake people make. So either you're going to have to treat with the chemical pesticides, that's what we do every year. You're going to have to treat until they go away forever, which they don't ever go away forever. Sometimes a couple years you'll have a light problem where you don't need a professional exterminator, but others you could have many years in a row that you have to keep getting it treated. Or you can use my method of exclusion. I put the strips in there and I push them in there. They're 6 inches. I don't have a sample. I just came to this house, and when I see it, I see the success. This has been 5 years. With these jobs, I give a written 3-year guarantee that you won't have any carpenter bees throughout your whole house for 3 years once you put the system in place. I don't have let's see if I can do a close-up. You can see the foam, not the foam, I'm sorry. It's a rigid vent carbon mesh strips that are fit in there. They go in there, and that keeps bees from going up inside and getting to the wood. It doesn't shrink. It doesn't rust. Some people use copper. Some companies don't know what they're doing. They shove copper mesh up there, but because it's so heavy, it oxidizes, and they can't get it. They can't get a uniform coverage. So there are going to be some gaps how they shove it in there, and bees are going to find their way in. But with this, it's rigid, it's seamless, it sticks out about a 1/4 inch. So bees, they land on it, they can't chew it, they can't squeeze in there. If they try to squeeze in there, it's so rigid that it will scratch the body of the bee, so it can't come in and out. It just won't do it. So you see bees trying to get in. I got a call because they're concerned. It's been 5 years, their warranties is expired. So they're using me for regular general pests. So they see all these other bees flying about, and they're just wanting me to come assess the situation to see if they're getting in or not, because there's so many trying to get in. That just, even though they can't get in there, they're still attracted to the location from the past presence of carpenter bees. Everything that has a rake board eave, we did this. I'm going to do a pretty close-up shot of one that you can see. You can see all areas. This place had the most infestation of bees I've ever seen. And I was afraid to take this job and give a 3-year warranty. I was afraid to do that. But I had to try, and I took this job on. And it's been 5 years now. And they don't have any carpenter bees infestation at all because of my exclusion. And I'm very proud of that. So I'm going to be offering both exterminating of bees and also the bee exclusion. Here's the material. You can see it kind of sticking out a little bit. And I think over here, bees try to make a nest here in the corner. They're, I guess, desperate. Mud dauber bees, and they try to make a nest on top, but nothing can get in. Nothing can penetrate. See how it's sticking down? No rust, no insects, no nothing, no spiders, no nothing up there. And it's also breathable. Instead of like when foam or caulking or whatever you would use, that would seal in the ventilation. And this needs to, this way it's constructed is to ventilate, is to create a natural ventilation. And that way it keep it dry in case you get any water or humidity in your attic or your hip roof area in the void area from the soffit. That's why the soffits have holes for proper ventilation, and that's the ridge vents as well. So this is breathable. Nothing can penetrate it. Birds can't get in there. Usually squirrels can't even chew through it. It's just, you know, they'll just chew on it, and it doesn't break apart. If you ever see those green scrubby pad things, it's like a miniature version of that kind of material. You know, you got to use a lot of muscle to even tear it. And this is like industrial strength. This ventilation material, and no matter, but the bees are still attracted to the spot because of the pest bee presence give off a chemical pheromone. The female bees that were in there, there's hundreds up there, and they give off the pheromone, the chemical signals to let for mating and to create a homing device for the bees to go back into their nesting spot. So the male bees are still kind of hovering about, trying to see if there's, you know, any activity, which there isn't any. And the female bees haven't been able to overwinter into the structure. And so we have another bee-free year of 2014. I think I did this back in 2009. Yeah, I did this back in 2009, around, I think, April. And it's 5 years now. No bees. So, but they're using me for, in general, sprays and stuff like that. But it's always great to see the work is still giving value to the customer that paid for this. You know, there's a bit of a price to install it. I think this house was probably $1,500, where a treatment is around $350 for 1 year. A lot of people opt for that $350 treatment because they feel, well, this is the first time we've seen the bees, so we'll just treat it this year. You know, they're just praying that they're never going to come back. And then 3 years in a row treating the bees, you know, they've already spent $1,000, you know, already in just treatments alone. Because treatment with using chemicals temporary. You're just hoping for the best. And you just pay a little at a time. But these customers, they had to do 3 treatments 3 years in a row, and then I came out with this method, and I did it. They paid me $1,500, and now it's 5 years later. They've been bee-free all this time, and I believe it's going to be another 5 years. And I haven't had to do any maintenance. I shoved that in. That's all friction fit. That's not just loosely put in. Because there's some areas that there's wider, so I have to double it up. I have to double up the, I can't really show it, but I double it up. I do good craftsmanship. This is the work I do. Nobody else in New Jersey offers bee exclusion. It's unheard of. So this is something I did on a video back in 2009 when I first did it. And I did a video of that. So one of my YouTube videos has that, but it didn't ever really explain it. It was just something I just showed the bees trying to get back in. But I wasn't really promoting it because it is labor intensive, but our company has grown. And we're able to we're doing a lot of squirrel work, a lot of roofing work and ladder work. We're going to get into the wildlife. full-time. So this is something that we can offer along with bat service. So if a customer gets a bee exclusion job put in, we will also guarantee bats. So you won't ever get bats either, because bats get up in there as well. So we guarantee the bees and bats. It's part of the guarantee. We're going to do a standard 3-year guarantee. So check us out. If you're seeing this and you have carpenter bees, we can give you options. You know, the option would be a treatment, which is very good. About, let's say, 90% of our customers go with the treatment, along with their other general pests, because we spray the yard and everything else for other pests. You know, but if it's a persistent, consistent problem and you want them gone for good, you're gonna have to pay a little money. But it's clean, it blends right in. The material sticks out 1/4 inch by design, so that way the bees land on the outside of they can't squeeze in at all. This is all something that I trained myself on, and much success. You find out many things that you do, and you find out the few things that really took off. It really worked great. So I'm going to concentrate on this full time. So give us a call. Eliminex, Derek with Eliminex. We're in Saraville, South River, New Jersey, Ocean Township. You know, give us a call if you want a free estimate and consultation. Have a good day.